all of this just beautiful of Bhagavan Simhakam. This form or this manifestation, anything that you are stuck in, literally giving us this. And now, for me, that right now, when you sit, when you just sit and connect to Swamiji, you will actually start experiencing the feel of you will actually see the power of darshan in this creation. You will see how you will be able to experience this breakthrough right now. Actually, can I request every one of you take a minute and share how was the darshan? How did you all enjoy the darshan? Yingzi, is better now? Sorry, I'm just noticing what is. I request every one of you to share. How was the darshan? So all of us learned about being free from delusion, Maya. And this is the best way that you can break free from Maya. When Swamiji Simhagna, actually all the forms that we had definitely read, through each of these forms, even Bhagavan Mahavishnu from his delusion. So today, anyone that you enrich, anybody you share the science with, you will simply see how they'll experience the same break. All of you can write now. Ma Alexandra White, Ma Jagaranya Ananda, Ma Ko, Ma Pyong, Ma Chunyu, Ma Hemalata, Ma Sumati, Ma Jayalakshmi, Surini Durga, and Joanna, Ma Ramani Devi, Anamika, Inzi, and Yamini Lima, Ma Indra. I request every one of you right now, if you decide and you want to have that break, the best way you can break free from Maya is when you help others walk out of it. And form manifestation is the best way to right now. Our, like Swami said, right? Anything, any identity other than the identity that you are Paramashiva is Maya. Any identity other than the identity that you are Paramashiva is Maya. When you establish yourself in the space that you are strong, any conversation you have with anyone, you will see it will not be just words, it will be a powerful declaration, and the declaration will become a reality. Just through the power of your conscious will. There's a very beautiful story, Satyavan and Savitri, where Savitri is she's a very chaste woman, highly integrated personality. And she marries her husband who will be dying, and she knows, in the horoscope it's told that he'll be dying, particular date and time. And what happens is, they both, so once the husband, on the day he's supposed to die, he goes and he's cutting the wood.
Actually, just to give a background, Savitri was an extremely chaste princess. She was a princess, and she was looking for the right man. And finally, she ends up coming to a forest and meeting Satyavan and decides to. And the answer is that and after 1 year, he's going to be destined to die. So, but then knowing that also she marries and they live happily. So that the day that she's supposed to die arrives, and she does that. I will also accompany you. He goes to the forest. She lives at simple life as a like normal village woman. Although she was princess, she drops it and comes and decides to live a normal life and decides to live as a woodcutter's wife.
And literally, the moment her husband leaves the body, her will is so strong. She says, I I do not want the sun to rise till I declare, till I give it permission, and the sun stops. Goes, she is fighting the god of death and gets her husband back. See, why I'm giving this example? When you realize all the um, limits that's imposed on you, you will not get kind of a fear. And I say, okay, sorry, ma, I think there's a small audio glitch you're having. We'll attend to it. Hope this is better for you, ma. Right now, all of you can experience the same power. When you speak, when you enrich others for a breakthrough, you will have a just take a few minutes and share. Call any of your friends. Go with the intention. Don't go with any other cognition context other than just to give them a breakthrough. Right? You're going to ask. You are going to scan through the third eye and see what is the exact thing that your friend is looking to manifest. You're going to identify the exact obstacles they have for it. Like, for example, they may want to manifest a car. You're going to scan it. What's the exact obstacle? Like, they may have a like loan, they have no money, time, or something, some other. You're going to scan it, identify what is scan, and you're going to manifest the solution. I request all of you connect to Swami. Sit now, sincerely manifest this.
Paramashivoham Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham Paramashivoham Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham Om ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् 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 ॐ नित्यानन्द Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham. Om Paramashivoham Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham Om Nityananda
We're able to manifest.
Paramashivoham.
How many of the participants were able to manifest this power? Like, so let us please share. Many of you feel very able to manifest. Take a few minutes and request all of you to please post if you were able to get the right answer.
And as you manifest, understand if you are able to pause the energy, but you are still able, wherever the building, where is that is very good.
Now, as we begin about delusion, as Swamiji is speaking here, we are now going to actually have a very interesting question answer session. One of the some of the programs, Swamiji's very profound revelations in this very subject part. It is all listen to the revelations now.
By unclenching, if I decide to do something else or nothing, I feel I will be less useful to mission due to progressive decline in contacts. Out of sight, out of mind. This is my concern. Please comment. Next question. My mission is to make you unclench. Nothing else. Let it be very clear. I am not a missionary. I am not a missionary to do anything else. My mission is to make you unclench. One more important thing. By unclenching, if you don't support the mission, you should not support. See, let me be very clear. Many people involve themselves into my mission for various reasons. For various reasons. If you unclench, because of that, if your involvement is less, or you being productive to mission is less, never bother about that. That's good for you and good for me, good for the whole mission, good for everybody. It will be good for everybody. If you are being productive to the mission is due to the enlightenment experience which you had, satori which you had from this unclenching truth, that will be the right help, that will be the right service. So I feel, if you completely imbibe the truth which I am teaching, that will be the greatest service for the mission. Are the thoughts useless? What use you found from thoughts?
99% thoughts are totally useless. So.
That's all. You yourself realize it. Yes.
So, what is it within us is telling us that it is useless?
What is this?
I mean, there has to be some faculty within us that is telling us this is illogical, this is unconnected. So again, the mind is the
So you say there is a faculty.
The mind is the one that has to decide whether it's illogical or logical, isn't it? So again, we are using the help.
Okay, see, Mind is the one which is supposed to decide whether it is logical or illogical.
Correct.
That's the truth. So what is that mind?
Bundle of thoughts.
Bundle of thoughts. That's what now you saw.
Right.
Now what is that bundle of thoughts? No.
But again, in order for you to know it is illogical, you need to have something to tell you that's illogical.
Okay.
What is it that within?
What is it that telling? That you should ask yourself. See, you are asking from what scale you can tell whether it is illogical or not. I tell you, you can't even call this as actually illogical because you don't have any other word, you are using it as illogical. It is not even, it can't even be described as illogical. It is logically illogical or illogically logical. You can't even describe, it is illogical. As doctor told, it's right. You can't describe it as illogical. If it is illogical, then what is logical? We don't have any word, that's all. Because of that, we are using the word illogical. Now only one by one, everything is coming out. You are God, I am God. Who said I am God and you are God?
You said you are only 30.
Who told you this? I told you. Long before. Now completely it is unclutched. How can you say that Nityananda only is sitting in front of you now? Let's have a little fun. God is everywhere. Why go to Kumbh Mela? Who went to Kumbh Mela? And why Anandeshwar temple? Who said there is a temple? I don't know. Who put this question? I understand. You are God and I am God is a word now which you need to digest. Just be unclenched. You are God and I am God will become experience to you. See. Now let us analyze. You say I am God and you are God. Next moment itself you are suspecting it. That is why you are putting the question, why Kumbh Mela? So this means your thoughts are not consistent. Am I right? You say, I am God and you are God. If you keep quiet, then okay. But the next you put the question, then why go to Kumbh Mela? It means your thoughts are not logical. Am I right? They are not logical. First you are telling one and the second you are telling something else. It means your thoughts are unconnected, illogical, independent, irresponsible, unclutched. Just realize that. And the third word, why Anandeshwar temple? Now you are bringing the God also. The fight is after all between you and me. Why are you calling the poor guy? He is somewhere sitting happily. First thing, the logic with which you are asking the question has no base. Has no base. First, look into yourself and see how you are. Then ask any other question. This very question shows you are independent, unconnected, irresponsible, illogical, unclutched being. Thoughts are so illogical. Then which thoughts do we pick up? Is it based on our samskaras? What happens after enlightenment? You don't need to pick up any thought. Why do you need to pick up any thought? You don't need to pick up any thought. Is it based on our samskaras? Where is samskara? Samskara is also one more thought. One thing I am so happy that I wanted that a certain level of confusion should be created. By seeing the question, I am very clear that is created. Now we can go deep. Now we can dig the whole thing. What happens after enlightenment? Why do we bother about that? Never self. You are asking, no random thoughts at all. Let me be very clear, no thoughts at all. Forget about random thoughts. You are sitting in front of a person who is speaking without thoughts, who is speaking without thinking. That is why I am able to speak for so many hours without preparing. If you are preparing and talking, if you are already prepared the lecture and bringing it and you are delivering it, two things, you need time to prepare the talk, and the second thing, and then after delivering you repent that you missed so many points. One more thing, there are some intelligent guys, they don't need to prepare outside, but during the talk itself they will mentally prepare and start talking. Even if you do that, you will become tired after talking 1 or 2 hours. You can't be talking hours after hours. One more thing, person who mentally prepares and talks will be bored of talking the same subject second time. If you are a teacher, you know. If you are a teacher, you know. But I am talking almost the same thing for last 4 years, 4.5 years now. Now, in 5,000 hours DVD, practically I am telling the same thing. Because I am not thinking and talking. When we think logically, are we not connecting thoughts? What you think as logic itself is illogical. You connecting thoughts is not actually connection. What you think as connection, you bring the nearer possible, the nearer concept thoughts. It's like a, let me describe it. Ajada Veda, there are 2 kinds of Vedas in the Veda means differences. Ajada Veda and Swagata Veda. Swagata Veda means by the quality itself it is 2 different things. The difference between cow and the monkey. By the very birth they are 2 different. There is one more Veda. The difference between your hand and your head. It's by quality it's the same body, but inside the body, like a subdivision. This is Ajada Veda, means by birth, by jati, they are not 2 different. The earlier division is totally different between cow and donkey, cow and monkey. By nature they are 2 separate things. The second kind of Veda is by nature they are not 2 separate, same body but 2 different parts. But there is a difference. There is a difference between your hand and head. Your hand's job is different and head's job is different. So, when you think logically, you may not connect the thoughts with Swagata Veda, but even then your thoughts are got Ajata Veda. You understand? There is a minor division. Even what you think as logic is not completely connected. Between every thought there is a difference. There is a quantum jump. There is a quantum jump. You may not observe it clearly. You may not understand it. If you look, even the, alright, whatever you think as logic, just see when it goes on inside you. It won't be logical. It will only jump in. it will only jumping. Your logic is also not enough logical. Enough logical. What do you think as logic? See, for example, let's analyze this one logic, nyaya. There's a two kind of nyaya, logic. In Nyaya Sutra means about logic in India, there's a big darshana, means big tradition which teaches the logic. There's a two kind of logic. One kind of a logic is like if you read the two statements, you can come to the conclusion of third statement. For example, all men have got one head. Socrates is a man. Now you know the third statement. What is the third statement? Socrates has got one head. This is one kind of logic. There is another kind of logic. Here, this gate has got two doors. First statement. Second statement, one door is open. You can't say the other door is closed. But now, before I entered this world, your mind has come to the conclusion? Is it not?
Yes.
The moment I enter the world, there is a two door. One door is closed. What your mind says? How can you say that? So this is the life logic. Life's logic is not logical. It's not logical. Many times, you see, you think by connecting and making everything by generalizing. But when you live in a very small, narrow way. Your thinking happens in a different play. Your living happens in a different play. That is why so much of suffering. So much of suffering. For example, if you hear the news, your friend is loving somebody, immediately you come to the conclusion, you are not being loved. But the quality of love is such that you love more number of people, you are more open, you pour yourself so much, you know how to shower yourself. But your logic does not agree with that. Life, the big problem with the life and logic is, in reality, nothing is logical. But in thinking, you are trying your best to connect everything and put everything into one logic, so that you can manipulate it. Whatever is logical, you can manipulate, you can manage. But fortunately, life is not logical. Whatever you try to do, it is not possible. Could not unclutch last night. I am not able to unclutch is also one more independent, illogical, irresponsible thought. Why are you bothered about it? Let it come. Unclutch from that, over. Where you are already working on this. I observe the inward and outer me, and that those are unclutched. And there is duality I have been trying to identify. But I have not felt this change in perception. What holds me back? Nothing holds you back except your idea that you are not able to perceive. Now you say you are having an idea you are not able to perceive. Just unclutch from that thought, over. Just unclutch from it. Who is saying you are not enlightened? You. Just unclutch from the thought, over. Why are you clutching with it? That's all. What is the difference between so-called normal people and mentally retarded? Or mentally retarded people unclutched? They are not unclutched actually. They are over-connected. See, in your case, you are connecting at some point, somehow you are able to manage. to unclench and rest. Those guys are not even able to manage that unclenching during sleep or during the boredom period. See, in your case, after a certain boredom or tiredness, you know how to unclench and change and do something else. Those guys were not that intelligent and they are not able to do that. That's why they become mentally disturbed. If the mind can be aware of only one thought at a time, is it possible the mind is the one thinking it is body and mind, then thinking it is enlightened. See, if you are thinking, then it is not enlightened. Is enlightenment product of the mind? No. And dies the brain? No. Your mind is much sharper with great imagination. Oh, this is a nice question, challenging me. Now it's time. Let's. It's from the same person. I think from Dr. only. Now I know. Understand? This is a very deep question. Sharp mind will not radiate compassion. The more your mind becomes sharp, you will see more you become logical. The more you become logical, you will be more violent. Logic means separating. It will never give deep fulfillment to you. One more thing. Staying with one body is impossible. Staying with one thought is impossible. Here is saying, if the mind can be aware of only one thought at a time, it can be aware of only one thought at a time, but that thought cannot be same continuously. That's the first thing you need to understand. Any thought cannot be consistent or same continuously. Second thing, he is asking, the mind is the one thinking it is body and mind, then thinking it is enlightened. No. Mind is the one which is thinking it is body and mind. When that dies, you don't think you are enlightened, you are enlightened. People ask me, are you enlightened? Let me be very honest. The moment I became enlightened, the idea, the doubt whether I am enlightened or not has disappeared. Same way the idea I am enlightened also disappeared. I neither have a doubt whether I am enlightened or not, nor I have an idea or clarity that I am enlightened. I neither have a doubt whether I am enlightened or not, nor have idea that I am enlightened. Simply it is there completely unclutched, because all the masters use the word enlightenment to denote this state, to mention this state. I am also using that word. I am also using that word, otherwise that word has no meaning. Is enlightenment product of the mind? No. In a way it is product of the mind, because after it happens, after the mind disappears. So indirectly it can be called as the product of the mind. Maybe enlightenment is side effect of the mind's death. Enlightenment is a side effect of the mind's death. Is enlightenment product of the mind and dies with the brain? No. It is neither the product of the mind nor it dies with the brain. Your mind is much sharper with greater imaginations. No. Actually, I don't have imaginations. That's the big problem. I don't have imaginations. I can say only one thing. I appear to be very sharper because I know all the games which your mind can play. You may ask how I know all the games your mind can play. Because my mind has played all those games with me, I managed it. Because I played with my mind, I can play with anybody's mind. The other day, after some program I came and told, there was a guy who was trying to behave very intelligently with me. Then after everything I came and told. I told him that you are playing with the mind. I played with the mind itself. Understand? You are playing with your mind. I played with the mind already. So whatever your mind can play, I know because my mind played much more than that. Before death, your mind will do its final drama. It will open all its cards, or I can say, it will open everything. It will do its best. That's what it means when Buddha says that before enlightenment, Mara came, he tried to seduce me. Means what? All the things which is inside is coming out. If somebody has become enlightened, he has seen all the games of his mind, then naturally he can face all the games of your mind. So my mind, you can't say my mind is sharp or with great imagination. No. I don't have imagination. One more thing. Maybe you can feel my mind is sharp because I know all the sharp dramas played by your mind. Otherwise, my mind is not what you think as sharp. How have we managed to create disease in our bodies? That is nothing to do with our thoughts. It has something to do with your thoughts. How can we turn this around to help us? First thing, understand. Every moment you are having new thought. Your body is created by your thoughts. Because you believe you have a consistent personality. You are connected. You have a connected shaft in you. You start creating the body also in the same way. And do not allow rejuvenation process. Now understanding that you are unclutched, you will allow the rejuvenation process which is constantly happening in you to happen in a natural way. Unclutching is the best way to allow your body to heal itself. See, Dilip is asking a question. I have to connect my thoughts logically. Only then I can do my work. I am telling you all right. Please sit straight. Now connect all your thoughts logically and be there. How long will you be able to do? How long will you be able to do this? You can't. So you know you can't. That's what I am saying, then don't. Understand? See, if I tell you to be unclutched, you say I am not able to. If I tell you to be clutched, again you say you are not able to. Neither be unclutched nor be clutched. You are already unclutched. Understand? Neither you need to unclutch because you don't need to unclutch. You are unclutched. Try to be clutched. You are not able to. Then just be. Look into yourself. Understand? Now I am talking an important truth. It's one of the important revelation. You will not be able to do any single act without contradicting thought happening in you. Anybody who says that I have done a single act without a contradicting thought happening in me, tell me. No. You can't. Not a single action is outcome of thought. Actually, we do not know what is the cause of action. That is truth. That's the truth. Always you will have contradicting thoughts. Why you execute this thought and you don't execute that thought, we don't know the reason. We don't know the reason. We don't have logical reason. That is what you executed. That's all you can say. Why you did not execute the contradicting thought and you executed that thought, we don't know. Understand? This understanding will create a deep clarity in you. A very deep clarity in you. You are suffering. You are torturing yourself by trying to find the reason for all your past actions. The main suffering, main cause for your suffering is you trying to find reason or justification for your actions. Your actions are not done with a logic. First understand that. Your actions are not done with a logic. You give the title or the name to that actions either as a good or bad based on the result which comes after the action.
All bosses are always worried. Nobody knows why. And they constantly act as if they are worried. But after certain time, they forget they only started as acting. They start believing and they start living. And the delusion and illusion they created for others swallows them also over. Many times, to show you are a big guy, you would have started screaming. Slowly, after a few days, even though you established you are a big guy everywhere, that screaming has become pattern in you. Agitation has become pattern in you. Being constantly irritated has become pattern in you. Even though it is not directly productive to the mission of your life, what you are supposed to achieve. It's like I get this pad to take class for all you guys. But after some time, I am so addicted to this pad, I keep it in front of my eyes even though it is affecting my job of taking class to you. I got this to do my mission, taking class to you. After some time, I become so addicted to this pad, I just keep the pad and don't take classes. And knowing that this is affecting my mission, that is what exactly you are doing. I tell you, 99% of the things you worry about never comes true. 1% which comes true is always good for you. But I know for sure, how many hours I speak about worrying, you will not be able to break your pattern. Only by doing the proper process we can break your pattern. Otherwise it will become like this book, How to Stop Worrying, Start Living. Till you read that book, you have 10 worries. After reading that book, you have 11th worry, how to stop worrying. That becomes 11th worry. So, I know if I just give you words, this will be like one more, how to stop worrying, start living. So I'm not going to give you words, I'm going to guide you into the system, into the process to break this pattern. I want you to know only one thing. In no way worrying is productive. If any productivity is achieved by worrying, please avoid it. Let it not come in your life. It's like a side effect of the poison. See, by steroid, sometimes you get health. But for how many days? Few days. Within next few days, you are going to have a side effect. Same way, by worrying, even if you get some effect, let it not be part of your life. See, it's like a outer conversation and inner conversation. This inner conversation only becomes worry slowly in you. That is why in the Hindu tradition, constantly repeating the divine name, I can tell you, one of the best most powerful technique. It's called ajapa ajapa. Constant repetition. Why, that purifies your whole inner conversation. You become aware of what goes on in your inner space. It is literally fixing a CCTV camera, security camera. If you fix a security camera outside your house, how anything happens, you know. It is in your awareness. Same way, fix ajapa ajapa in your inner space. That is a security camera. Anything happens in you that worrying in your inner conversation, you will catch it. Just like CCTV protects you, ajapa ajapa protects you. Ajapa ajapa is inner CCTV. That is inner CCTV. If the thieves know that CCTV camera is there, they don't go there. Same way, if your mind knows you are established in ajapa ajapa, it doesn't send virus thoughts. It doesn't send worrying patterns. The inner conversation becomes pure and you are established in the truth. Perspective and vision about life. Yes. It's like whatever I am giving in satsang is more like a pure science. What I am giving it to you specifically is applied science. Come on.
So
Now I want you to answer the fourth question.
okay. Fourth question is confusion, irritation, and restlessness.
No. Each worry, the emotions that the worry causes, and the impact that worry has on you and others around you.
Okay. So the main worry is I'm in US and my parents and my in-laws are in India. So I don't want to come and settle here in India. I want to enjoy whatever the life in US, and at the same time I want to be here with my parents and in-laws when they suffer, which I'm not able to do being in US. So that put me under the emotion connected to it is confusion. Am I going to settle there or am I going to settle here? I don't know. I'm not able to come to any answer. So that's the one thing. Second thing, with my job, with my boss, it's always a rat race. I have to prove every minute. I have to work and I have to think all the time that I am up to his expectation. So I work crazy. As soon as I wake up in the morning, I listen Suprabhatam and check my Outlook email. So I will do that all the time. I won't stop. Even, my first worry I pen down is like, I haven't checked my emails for last 6 days. How am I going to manage after this 21 days, when I go back? So that's my first worry I pen down. So that put me into lot of irritation. That's the emotion attached. The next one is about the kids, they are in...
Finally this worry, did it make you productive?
No, it's not. When I think of this, I have to meet up to his expectation all the time. I make more errors and, he's scolding me all the time. So that's what is happening. And I really don't know how to stop
The
that as well.
impact of this on others, you are able to see.
Yes. So the day I get scolding from my boss, I show it on my husband. So that's what happens.
I know. No, it's true. See, it's like your boss vomits on you. You come and vomit on your wife. Your wife goes and vomits on the kids. Kids go and vomit on the pet. Pet comes and bites you. That's all. It's a cycle. No, this is what is the karma chakra. Nobody is breaking it. And I am telling you from working with thousands of people very closely with their mental setup, the torturing atmosphere in the office leads to extramarital affairs in so many ways. See, when you are all around surrounded by people who are torturing you, even if one person is not torturing you, you feel that as a love. You don't need really love from that person if he is not capable of torturing you? The soft corner starts developing. Families break. So many things start happening just because of the stress in the workplace. Human beings can't handle constant stress unless they are with enlightened being. If you are with enlightened being, he knows how to lubricate you and make you function. With ordinary boss, what he will do? He can only vomit. Then, as I said, you come and vomit on your husband vomits on kids vomit on pet comes and bites you. And the circle is complete. Means fear, you will be caught in fear in future at some point, and anxiety about your ignorance. Listen, I am using different words. Fear of anxiety of your ignorance. Fear of anxiety means feeling at some day I will be caught in the fear. I don't know how I will handle myself. I may go mad. I will lose my mind, as if you have one now. And anxiety of ignorance. Oh, I am so ignorant. I don't know what I will do in my life. I don't know what I will be able to do. The anxiety about your ignorance, both will collapse the moment you accept your introduction, which is done to you by Upanishads. Tremendous strength in your perception, strength in your cognition, strength in your thinking. Listen, strength in your perception, strength in your cognition, strength in your thinking. Listen, I tell you, royal secret. Whenever you expect result, the kind of the anxiety, anxiousness, frustration, your mind is more faster than the light and sound. It can visualize, imagine the goal of your life now itself before even you begin, and already feel frustrated, feel empty, with your goal, one side, the other side feel tired and bored and terrorized about the effort you need to put to achieve that goal, it can create extremely dangerous, multi-dimensional complexities, complications and life negative patterns. No, they don't exist.
They don't, okay.
Whatever does not exist, Sadashiva doesn't speak about it. It's your invention.
Okay.
The amount of fear you experience is only the amount of toxins. It has nothing to do with reality or facts. How much of possibility is there snake biting you? Almost 0.000000000%. But how many people see snake in dream, waking state, all the kind of states? Even when they are scrolling the Facebook, if there is a snake photo on the Facebook, people will not touch that. They will scroll in the side. They will not touch that photo of snake in the Facebook screen, in touch screen also. They will not touch the photo of the Facebook. Photo of the snake in the touch screen. How many of you are like that? Even if it is a snake's photo in the touch screen, you will not touch that photo in the touch screen. What is fear? Emotional shit. What is fear? Emotional shit. So, I tell you, reduce the fear to physical component. Don't give the fear the psychological power. Then you can never break fear. Fear is nothing but toxic shit sitting in your lower intestine. Understand? Listen to the lower intestine. Fear is nothing but the toxic shit sitting in your lower intestine. All you need is just marana smarana and detoxification. That's it. Just have marana smarana and detox. Please understand the way your patterns respond to the facts is perception. Let me make it more clear. Understand this story. An old man goes to a nearby village, is coming back to his home. From the distance he sees his house is on fire. That's all. He himself is literally boiling and burning, rolling on the ground, crying. One of his son came to him and said, "Why are you crying, Dad?" This fellow says, "Oh, my house is on fire, my house is on fire." The son reminds him, "Don't you remember? Just yesterday we sold the house." Immediately got up and he became completely alright. He's okay now. All his suffering, pain, everything disappeared. Everything will become all right. Everything became all right for him. But in few minutes, The second son comes and tells him, Dad, we sold, that is true, but still money has not yet come to us. We have not received the money. Then again this fellow rolls on the ground and starts crying, oh, my house is on fire, my house is on my fire, my house is on fire. Listen, the same house burning, for a few minutes, for the same person it was suffering, next few minutes it was not a suffering, then again it was suffering. So basically, perception, how his patterns cognized the happening. I can give you one more example. Rajyasarbanyaya means in the middle of the night, you are walking in a forest, there was a rope in front of you. In that night, naturally what will you feel? The rope is snake. And especially in the night, you will always feel that rope is moving slowly. Your eyes will create the perception the rope is moving. So the moment you feel the rope is moving, your whole spine will move. You will have that electric shock of fear spreading on your spine. The whole body will shiver, being will shake. Listen. If you perceive the fact that rope is there, as snake, the way you respond is going to be different. And after a few minutes, listen, after a few minutes, when that rope is not moving, when you look, if the rope is not moving, suddenly you will realize, hey, it's not rope. Sorry, it's not snake. It is just a rope or something else. The moment you realize, the whole fear settles down. You are free. Perception can literally put you into the cardiac arrest before even the snake bites. You might be dead just by the perception there is a snake. If you perceive the fact, there is no suffering. Love exposes your blind spots to you. When the real tsunami of love happens in you, your whole gets integrated. When the tsunami of fear happens to you, your whole gets integrated. That is why when there is a survival threat, you express so much of energy, whether to fight or flight, for both. the speed with which you fight or the speed with which you run away, both will be extraordinary when there is a survival mode, because it integrates you completely. Same way when you are in love, it integrates you completely. Both the emotions, fear and greed, integrates you. If you use your love to integrate you and make your declaration reality, you are a bhakta, devotee, path of devotion you are traveling. If you use your fear, integrate you and make your declarations into reality, you are using the path of renunciation. I tell you, always use your love to integrate you. That will be most sweet, safest path. Declarations are sweet, declarations are tasty, declarations are powerful when love becomes base material. My disciple cannot have anxiety attacks. My disciple cannot feel stuck. My disciple can only do power manifestation and constantly falling in love with Paramashiva again and again with life, with Guru. It's all one and the same. What do you feel about your life? You will feel the same with Paramashiva. You will feel the same with me. That is why when you have a problem with your boss, I have to attend to this first. I don't know what will this girl think now. I have to take care of her. If she gets into incompletion. Understand? What you feel with life is what you will feel with Paramashiva, and that same thing you will feel with me. Whether your business or career or profession or anything in life, life is nothing but breathing space of Paramashiva. That's it. Especially once you are initiated and you are integrated to initiation, you live in breathing space of Paramashiva. You live in breathing space of Paramashiva. I tell you. Nothing can shake your being. Nothing can move your being. If you decide power manifestation as a lifestyle, understand one thing, just one exhale from Paramashiva, he produces millions of Sarabeshwaras, and one exhale from Sarabeshwara, he produces millions of Kalabhairavas, and one exhale from Kalabhairava all your enemies will be destroyed, and all the problems in your life will be destroyed. All negativity will be destroyed. Understand? Listen, one exhale from Paramashiva, thousands of Sarabeshwaras. One exhaling from Sarabeshwara, thousands of Kalabhairavas. One exhaling from Kalabhairava. One from Kalabhairava. That's it. All the negativity in your life is destroyed. Understand, my disciples cannot have anxiety attack. My disciples will not have anxiety attack. I am there with you. I tell you a very simple thing. If you feel like you are having anxiety attack, just stop eating that day. Don't eat. I'll take care. Then you will understand this whole anxiety attack is only simple chemical. It is not factual reality. Understand? Listen carefully. My disciple cannot have anxiety attack. He can only have Kundalini awakening. He can only have experience of love, experience of Kundalini. Understand? Snake I am wearing today is Kundalini only. Kundalini is in the form of this snake. Rudraksha snake. Rudraksha Naha. Rudraksha Naha Raja. Listen. Power manifestation is too simple and really too powerful and too useful for your day-to-day life. It's a most useful spiritual practice. It is intense prayer, intense Advaitic oneness, intense yogic samyama, and intense Shaktipada and Shaktinipada. All put together I have given as one method, power manifestation. Just three things. Listen, Paramashiva is inside you, cognize it. And he is endless resource. And he is waiting to manifest for you. And you just need to connect with him, declare your integrity to him, and make Satya Sankalpa. That's it. Again, the whole thing is just incompletion. Pick up your root incidents when the incompletion started building in you and complete. We will now work on navel center, the Manipuraga chakra. See, this chakra is related to confusion, constant worrying, irritation, anger. All these thought currents are centered in this chakra. If you clean all these thought currents, this chakra will be awakened. If this chakra is awakened by the initiation, this thought current patterns will be broken. Worrying, irritation, restlessness, confusion, being agitated, That is why when you get some worrying, disturbing news, you say, I can't stomach it. I can't digest it. Not in one language, in all languages all over the world, that I can't digest it, that expression is there. Because you are thinking, worrying, and stomach digestion, everything is very closely related. If you get any shocking news, disturbing news, the first part of your body which will be upset is stomach, you can see. That only first gets affected. It is very unfortunate. Worrying becomes pattern in human beings now. In India, the heart attack before 21 has become 14%. Please understand, 14% of Indians die before the age of 21 due to heart attack. It's a report just 3 days before released. 10 years before, in 2002. 2002, it was 1%. 1% of Indians below the age of 21 die in heart attack. Now it is 14%. So you understand that the main reason the researchers are saying is the lifestyle change. Worrying, stress becomes a lifestyle. Below the age of 21, people who have heart attack in India. Shocking. Really shocking. The stress is becoming pattern. See, I am working with millions of people. I tell you, from my experience, something more than your work stress, like a deadline, target, relationship, all that, you are habituated for worrying. You feel if you are not worrying, you are not performing. Continuously I work on people to separate worrying and performing. Worrying does not increase or support your performance. But I have seen these guys, just to try to pose as if they are performing, they will be constantly screaming at everybody and show that they are worried. Even if you act in front of others as if you are worried, like your boss, all bosses are always worried. Nobody knows why. And they constantly act as if they are worried. But after certain time, they forget they only started as acting. They start believing and they start living. And the delusion and illusion they created for others swallows them also over.
such a powerful revelation from Swamiji on what is Maya madness, how to be pulled out of Maya madness. And Swamiji also read in detail about how to not be violated, can never be violated. Stop terrorizing yourself. Understand? Take this as a strong, powerful cognition inside you. How many of you are able to see in your life multiple number of terrorizing yourself with anything small or big does not matter, but you have this pattern of terrorizing yourself, putting yourself down, beating yourself down. Now, this blessing that's obvious, take a strong sankalpa, take a strong declaration. Do not terrorize yourself. Make this as part of your cognition, your sankalpa. How many of you are ready to make this a declaration for yourself? Please post here in the chat. Not ever do this self-terrorizing. Drop your hands. And now we all are going to, as we have the conclusion of it, take a few minutes, write down all the thoughts that are coming up in and all the things that you worry about in your life. And beside each of the thoughts that you are having, write down each emotion that impact of the worry causes. And this. Take a few minutes and please write it down and make this as a strong declaration. Not terrorize.
And understand this one powerful cognition today. You might have had any number of situations, failures, suffering, struggle, whatever we call it. With this one understanding in your person, so all of you are empowered. Deal with any situation without getting bogged down by it. Swamiji tells beautifully the only reason, only thing that is true is your experience of vibration. Everything else is illusion. Today we learned the science of how you can overcome that, how you can actually identify what the delusion is, and how do you take steps to overcome. And we're going to learn it's going to be the science of level Ardhanarishwar. You're going to learn one of the most important aspects of our identity, the core of our identity, right? It is built upon the idea of gender, your body, and the identity that you carry, the inner image that you carry inside your body. And all what we're going to be addressing is one of the most subtlest aspects of you, which mostly, very rarely, you even interact with it, and you may not be aware, but it has impacted every decision, every action, every word. So tomorrow's session is going to be extremely important, and we request all of you to invite your friends and family members, especially if you have, if you just have young people who are starting their life, like some they starting their career, or they've just gotten into some relationships, or they're just going to college, any aspect, especially if it is any youth, please do it. This will be something extremely beneficial for them. So do make sure you, whoever your loved ones, near and dear ones that comes to your mind, to invite them tomorrow. And this brings us all to the conclusion of our session today. And we request all the participants tomorrow, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be beginning the program. And we're going to be covering one of the most important aspects. So please do be there. For those of your friends that you are interested in inviting, you can share the link with them for the program. They can register. Now, let us all conclude today with the program.
Purnamada Purnamidam Purnamidam Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamidam Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavan Shri Nityananda Parameshwar Paduka Nityananda.
Thank you all, Nityananda.